we're only ordinary people that just happen to be given this label that we don't want. We didn't ask for it. And I think we're ordinary people who have this diagnosis and we want to do ordinary things. And ordinary things is going with our family to the theatre, and it's a choice. Do you want to go to the theatre? It would be nice to be able to say yes. And it would be nice to have an enabling theatre that would mean that when I went to the toilet, I knew how to get in and out.
Yeah.
And that my poor person, like my husband or my daughter, doesn't need to get someone to go hunting you. And then there's all this kind of drama.
Yes.
So that's not going to the theatre
And then you get
enjoy.
embarrassed for that.
That's right.
And you start to get angry and you just hit out at your nearest and dearest.
Yeah.
Jim has a hell of a time at times.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's true, so it's preventing that. And then the next time you suggest the theatre, I'm not going. And it's gone. I'm not doing it. And then there's this, and then people think, oh, that's their dementia, that's their Alzheimer's. They've become strange. And it's not. It's a fear reaction. And it is emotional.
Plus as well with buildings, it's actually not necessarily from what I've seen your diagnosis that's causing problems. It's actually the building in some cases and what the actual fabric of the building, lack of signage. So simple things like putting up a sign can make a huge difference.
So yes, it's making the environment easier and easier to negotiate, and then we won't constantly feel we're looking stupid by saying, I'm really wanting a toilet but I don't want to have that again, or where did I put my coat? Or you're constantly asking the question, so then we start feeling stupid.
The point about the toilets and that, you get there quite easy. It's getting out again. You know, I've seen me going to the toilet and I'm trapped, literally trapped. And I go around everywhere looking to, where was it? You know, by this time Jimmy's probably panicking.
Or you end up in the cleaners thing, because there's two doors, right?
Yeah.
None of them labelled, but one of them will be where the cleaners are, and I end up there all
That
the
might
time.
be after.
You come out with a mop.
ready to bash someone. So yes, you're very, very right.
Yeah.
So if architects and people like yourself and that, if you're getting refurbished or anything like that, if you speak to your clients, the people who are going to use it will make it easier. To see it through our eyes. So how do you find the stairs and things like that?
You know, when we were here recently, you know, I just had to feel for the step all the time.
See, and I think this is the important bit, is sometimes it's got that, and I'm not sure how true this is, but I've noticed people with dementia are not trusting their vision and trusting their sense of touch more and their feel. So they feel content doing that, and then they're going like that, and then it's almost like but they're not aware they're doing it. Right. So when you're getting up, you're doing that to get to the top. Now, if I'm going to go up,
Going up's okay, it's coming down.
that's what I'm going to say. And this way, you're in control.
Does it not help without having any nosings on there? Does that kind of affect how you perceive the steps?
No, I think having the thing at the edge is helpful for coming down.
Right.
Right, so if I'm coming down the stairs, right, you're getting up, you've got to find the edge.
Yeah.
So, well, I can't see that, so I'm using feel. So when I would go down, if they had that, I would then know it's the edge.
That's really good to know, because what they've done in the Usher Hall, which I thought was quite nice and clever, they've actually woven the edge into the carpet, but you can't feel it, you can only see it.
Yeah.
Whereas what we're going to do here is we're going to put brushed steel.
Yeah.
So
So-
simple things like putting up a sign showing you
Yeah.
where the lift is, which wasn't there before.
Yeah.
You didn't know we had a lift,
That's
did you?
true.
I know, how would you? Because
That's new,
it's
isn't it?
hidden.
The
Right.
sign's new, yeah.
Yeah. So it's saying lift, but where is the lift, one wonders.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the lift, I'm assuming that yes, it is, it's there. But it could be down there, or is there one down there as well?
There is, no cell, it's double-sided,
All right.
so you've got doors on either side. But I'm wondering whether it should actually be above.
I really like the signage of
Yeah.
the lift, right? And I can understand why it's high up like that, because if there's lots of people, we'll need to remember to lift our head. But it would be good to have contrasting, maybe in yellow or something to contrast with that, but make it aesthetically pleasing, pointing to the lift.
And I think that's quite a good point as well, making it aesthetically pleasing.
Oh, I think
because
so.
I think a lot of venues, one of the arguments for not putting up extra signage is it affects the aesthetics of the building, which I think is quite important as well, because we need to remember that to make it a
Ambience,
brilliant venue for you, we want to keep that ambience.
And do you not think that we don't want to have the ambience too? I don't want to make my house into a hospital with big red toilet seats and what have you, but I need contrast, but we can do it aesthetically pleasing, I'm sure. So yeah, I don't care what it is as long as it's a contrast in it. And I quite like things nice.
Yeah, got it all. Should we go into the lift?
Yeah, so we found the lift. Well, I like this. Where do we go?
You like that?
Yeah, I like that. But it's quite big, and we can see it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's really, and it's not in your face. It's not. That would be helpful for anyone.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you're looking for. Which
It's
one
really
it
good
is.
when you book your tickets here, because the box office staff, for example, my back's not very good, so I can say to box office, I have a bad back, where can I sit? So I can get up, walk around if it's a long show. So box office will tell you which are the best seats
I know
for you to see, to access.
I think for me, what I would say is, I say to my daughter now, right, she books the seats, which I'll say to her, now remember, I need to see, and I need to be near the toilets, and I don't want to be in the middle and disrupt people, so I really want the end. And you can turn around, and if I'm fatigued or something's annoying me, I can whisper, and we can get out, we can go and do whatever the issue is, deal with it, and then get back. And you're not putting a big label on yourself saying nuisance, you know.
Let's go to level 2.
Yes, because I've got
I've
to
got
see
it. Yeah, and that's where the accessible toilets as well. There's interesting signs up there which we can have a look at. Go on then, grab the button
press
for
the
us.
bottom of that. And the other thing that I was going to say is, see with this, not everybody knows what the arrows mean, and that could be not expensive.
No.
It could be just putting something that's contrasting, say, I don't know, green or something, and it says up and it's different for down.
Yeah. They've gone back down.
So there you are, there you go. It's okay. The doors close very quickly.
Yeah.
It doesn't give us time to get out. Did you see
We just
that?
wanted,
That's on our,
we just
our
wanted
list.
an extra.
That's on our list of things. The timing's on the door, but just changing the timing, just a few more seconds on that is going to make a big difference, isn't it?
It is, and it's,
Yeah.
it's not big. I mean, they're no big deal. And if there's 3 to get out or 4, it's giving everybody a chance to get out.
Yeah.
But I do like, and I like these signs, the big 2 and the dress
Yeah.
circle. But I like the contrast.
Good. I mean, that's
The contrast is really excellent,
That's the
and
original.
it's matching your. So it's aesthetically
Yeah.
pleasing. It's the original,
that's all
and
part
it
of the
works.
original. So if we go here, this is your level 2. This is the one that Wilma was talking about when we did our little pretend with Jim. So, if you want to imagine, you've just come out of your posh seats, and Jim's at the bar getting your gin and tonic for you, and
It's red wine for me.
You're going to go to the toilets. So where is the ladies' toilets from here?
Where's the ladies' toilet?
Look about.
And we're looking up.
We're looking up. Right.
Oh, there's the ladies' toilet.
Yeah. So the first time you came round and looked at this, that ladies' toilet sign wasn't there. So
Right.
that's a new
That's
addition
Yeah.
now, and that's from when you and Wilma
All right.
came round, because you came out of here and you didn't have a Scooby's weather.
Because the ladies' toilet's facing, the sign's facing that way, but we're not. We're looking that way, and it's large, so it
It's well
is, you can
signed.
see it.
Yeah.
So it is good. So are we off to have a look at the toilets?
Well, if we go this way first, actually, because this is a really interesting little corridor.
I'm saying
remember
this
this
is a new thing. They don't say disabled anymore, they say accessible
Accessible,
toilets.
yeah.
So we're at the accessible toilets.
So this is not. This is interesting.
What a lot of people will say is, and I'll say to you, the reflection from this is not good. The way you can see yourself in that is very off-putting, and a lot of people who have this, they find that distressing. And if you've read the sensory booklet, it has been noted that it can trigger some hallucinations or distress. It's just a trigger that causes it. Nobody knows why. And we prefer no reflective, especially on doors like that.
Yeah.
So we're all different. You might never have hallucinations or reflections that bother you, but then it might be something that's in your path. We never know. That's why we're all different. But it's good if you can get it right for everybody, and the worst of us, you're going to get it right and help most of us. So if that causes distress, then maybe Jim, when he comes back from the bar after 2 pints, it may be distressing to him too. Because we are ordinary people with a diagnosis, and we've got to remember that. Wilma's still Wilma, and I'm still Agnes, and so...
I think that's quite a good point, because when people know you've got it, they back away. And it's quite hurtful. Me, I just think, I don't say the words, but I have them up here.
Yeah. But it hurts in your heart.
Yeah, well,
because you didn't ask for it, and it is. And I think being out and going to the theatre, I think being in society, in normal, and going and playing with the children when they're at that, they will reduce that. It'll go, but it's going to take a lot.
It'll take
A lot of years. Maybe I don't hope to see it in my lifetime, but they do treat you different.
Oh,
And,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And we aren't different. We have memory issues and other issues, but just help us to and enable us to do the things that we normally do, that we all want to do.
But I think what's really interesting is that some of the doors that you walk through have these on, but some of them don't. And I think that's confusing, because if you look in this corridor, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 doors. So where's the accessible toilet in here?
I would think I've got it wrong. I would go back out, and I would look up, and I would say, well, it definitely said there was going to be one, but there's none here. There's no signage to say this way, or whatever.
So we know
let's
that's Empire Room 1.
No, I still don't know where so it's because it's out of our vision. So we would be keeping going along, and from here I can see disabled sign.
Yeah. But it's not that clear, is it?
No.
And it's not that obvious. And again, what I think is confusing is that doors that you're meant to walk through have these on, but then doors,
Say private, which you say no.
whereas it would make sense to have a better sign on there and something that actually tells you it's a door you can walk through.
And then if I'm coming here, right, I'm looking and I haven't seen it, I don't know, they're always kept shut.
Yeah.
So maybe again it's a sign saying accessible toilet in an arrow chip. So that, because if you're desperate for the toilet and you're coming in here and it's took you a wee while to find it, you're now panicking and you're going out because visually you can't find it.
Yeah.
Right, so we need something to direct us to there.
Yeah.
A sign that directs us accessible toilet there.
That's much better.
Isn't it? Now it might be something that if that's always there, it might be something that's on here that arrows it that way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it'd be quite
there.
easy to just put it on the door, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? And then a better sign
And then that one
on
there.
that one.
Yeah.
So the other thing, when we came round with you last time, we asked you to find the accessible toilet, and then I asked you how do we get back to the foyer.
And I couldn't get back.
Yeah. So can you get back now?
I can't get back now.
Can you? Have a,
I don't know.
which door? Have a look around and see which door takes you back to the foyer. And that's the lovely Screaming Children from Mary Poppins workshop.
I know, it sounds good to me.
We're attracted to go in there. So will you tell us how to get out now?
Right. Well, that says foyer, so if I went there, I must be going in the direction. Right.
Exactly right, yeah. And that sign wasn't there before.
Which is
and
good.
You didn't know which way to get out. You found it straight away. So that's good.
I remember Wilma being embarrassed and lost and confused in Glasgow Theatre, and I won't go back to that theatre because I find it just confusing, and it outweighs the pleasure. I'd be overly tired trying to navigate. And when you go for a night out, you would choose a restaurant of your choosing that makes you feel good. So if I've got a choice between an enabling place and a place that causes me panic and confusion, I would certainly choose the enabling place. You know, so there is, I think there's a lot about having people round about that understand the illness.
Yeah.
And I don't mean the mechanics of it, understand what makes it enabling. So your staff, I would relax if I knew I was in a place that if I was lost or confused, that the staff would be gentle and understanding. I would relax. I would choose it.
Because I think people forget when they come to a theatre that the staff do want you to enjoy yourself, but they want to enable you to get the best possible experience so that you're enjoying the show from the moment you buy your tickets to getting your boss at the end of the show. I think that's really important to know the customer service. I don't think any other theatre in the UK has tried to do this, to enable a building 24/7. And I think it's really important that people like Wilma and yourself, Agnes, and Jim, that you're involved and you kind of let us know what works for you, what doesn't work. And just simple little changes like putting a little arrow on a sign that's already there, putting up extra signs.
And
it's really important.
I think too, when you go to the theatre, you want to remember we're there for the ambience. So we want the signs to be accessible, but they have to be aesthetically pleasing again.
Yeah, there's certainly been a lot of interest, I think, from other theatres around the UK, the kind of work we're doing, because we're also programming dementia friendly shows and events as well. So most of those take place in the studio, which is the newest building. It's only a couple of years old, so it's much more accessible. You've been into the studio, haven't you?
Yes.
Both of you came to the lunch we had with the musicians. And it's quite a nice space, isn't it?
Nice.
Yeah.
And that too, I think not only just us that's living in the community, I think it'd be good that care homes could come to a show.
Yeah.
You know, because they're still our community, and I think it's this dipping in and dipping out, and not having, once you go in there, people come in and they entertain you, but you never get out to see what is naturally happening.
That's actually happened quite a lot. We do monthly tea dances, which have been really popular.
Excellent.
But the shows that we do in the studio are informal. So they're like this, we all sit cabaret style, round tables, have your tea and coffee there. You can chat during the show, you know, get up, go for a wander, do whatever you want really.
And then what I want to see your tables and that. They need to be really started because I watched Wilmot and watched me. We use it to get up, and I'm sure we're not the only one. And we furniture use all the time.
And Wilmot tends to do that.
Yes, and it's on an edge, and it does, and it's not against anything or anything. But if you're ever doing anything, do a wee test yourself.
Well, these are the old ones, which is why they're right.
But it's just to let you know
I'd
that
feel
we
that
do
it
it,
given
and
way,
no
wouldn't
amount of being told not to do it. Now, I never done that before. My balance has really been affected, and it's just natural. We do it, and we don't know we're doing it, and we'll deny we do it. I said to my daughter, I did not. And she said to me, did you know you put your hand on every bit of that wall walking down there? We're going to get into bother because you put finger marks everywhere, you know. So we furniture walk a lot, as that's what the professional nurses call it. We furniture walk, we hold on a lot. I'll naturally, if I'm walking beside you, can I use you as a prop? So I just thought I would mention that. If
great.
you see people, you know, so if you get
They're on the hit list.
glass is not good.
Shocking.
Didn't find the handle.
Didn't find the handle
There was
to-
no contrast. It made the black made everything come in.
Yeah.
I
And
was
it didn't
starting
want
to
to
get a
leave.
wee bit edgy. I didn't know if I was going to get out. That's how I felt about it.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
I think
when
that
I didn't find the handle, I thought, okay, I'm not caring if I wet the flare or what, I want to get out. I get a bit panicky. See, that's all black. That one, oh God, can I get it now? Here. If I shut that door on me, right, it's pitch black apart from a Mary Poppins thing. Oh my God. Right away I said, I'm not going to get out of here, to myself, like. I just thought, I'm going to panic here.
Because once you close the door, it's all black, isn't it? You're kind of surrounded by black.
Jet black. You can't see, there's no lighting.
and as you say, it's important to be able to lock the door and open the door, but if it's black and there's not a lot of contrast, the lighting's not good, it's not, you don't want to lock the door because you're frightened you can't open it, you know. And so there is a lot of, and when you're looking at lighting, you have to think shadows as well. You don't want to create too many shadows. And
so by putting in the overhead lighting and taking out the lighting that's on the wall at the back, you're going to get less shadows as well, which is good. And it's going to be brighter. And then we'll just replace the black doors with a contrasting colour, maybe just white. And a proper kind of lock, because you can't actually see whether the toilet's engaged.
That's what I'm saying. And when you're finished, whatever, you just cannot find that bit that turns for you. And the same case of the toilets, it's not something that you're going to sit and watch. And, you know, so they should be as basic and as what's the word I'm looking for?
functional.
Well, that as well. But, you know, you should be able to find it easier, you know, because you miss half the programme if you don't.
Sure. But we're going to use the smallest toilet up on level 4 as a test. So we've redone the lighting and we'll get you to come back and have a look once we've changed the doors, so that we get it right. And then once we've got it right, we can then do the same with all the other toilets, just using the smaller one as a kind of a test. Which I think is a really nice way of doing it, actually.
It's a very clever way of doing it,
Yeah.
isn't it? Because it's almost like doing a wee mock-up model.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So that's good, because then once we've tried this, we can then tell other theatres how we've done it.
And I think too, it's making something positive out of diagnosis, using it to help,
Yeah.
rather than sitting at home thinking, poor me, I'm useless and worthless. You're using all, the stuff that's happened to you to channel and help, which
Yeah.
is amazing. What a legacy you're leaving, really.
Yeah. I think it's nice that you're kind of helping other people to enjoy coming to the theatre.
Yeah.
Because it's really important that I understand as best I can the challenges that coming to the theatre pose for you. Because I know that you can be quite good actors and you can put on a good show, and I not necessarily know that you're finding things difficult.
And I think too, it's the fear of being prohibited. Because, see, I found that if I say I'm having difficulty, they want to stop you doing it and take it away. They're not, it's not as if they think, well, how can we enable you to continue? They think, oh, danger, Agnes no longer can do this. And then it's this stop, stop, stop. That makes you want to hide a lot as well, which is not good. So that's why it's great to have your husband and your family. They won't do that. They'll think, well, how can we work our way around this? There is always a way around it if we can work together. And that's why I think it's wonderful what you're doing.